we was in all kind of trouble. Joey Carew pull a muscle, Clive Lloyd get about 3 run out. We was in trouble without a doubt. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Venkataraghavan, Bedi in a turban, Vijay Jaishima, Jayantilal. They helped to win the series against the West Indies at Sabina Park and Queen's Park Oval. 158 by Kanai really sent our hopes up high. Noriega 9 for 95, the Indian team they still survive. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Janjurani, Solka Abidali, Dilip Sadesai and Vishwanath. They make West Indies bowlers look like second raters when those fellows came out here to bat. West Indies try holder and keep voice. They had no other choice. They who try with Newton Dow, but a shot at the sorry they bring him now. It was Gavaskar, the real master, like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Desmond Lewis, also Charlie Davis, they take a little shame from out we face. But Sobers as a captain, he won plenty coaching before we cricket end up in a disgrace. Beatty here that he became a father, he catch out whole first in the cover. But when Sobers here, he too had a son, he made duck and went back in the pavilion. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all.
Good afternoon. We want to first start by saying thanks to God. Let me reorder the way we say our good afternoon. Thanks to the Creator, the one who gave it life, who has found it fit for us to be alive and up and well today. Some people as of yesterday didn't make it. Some people as of 1 minute ago didn't make it. Some people had their roll call 5 minutes ago. You are here, I am here. You are listening to me, I listen to you. So far we good. So far. We don't take that in life for granted. Even in this carnival season where everybody's studying to wind their waist. Some people stiff. And sometimes it is just life, you
Some
know.
people study to make money too.
Yes, you know. Good. Well, that is a money business as well. We also want to thank God for you, the listeners, the viewing public, those of you who view us on social media and listen to us. You take the time and listen to us. You didn't have to do that. You could be listening to your little Marshall or your little Sundar Popo or whatever you listen to, or your little alternative if you do not even on Carnival, because we have a group of people. We believe that everybody's in Carnival, but that's not true.
We just a carnival culture.
Yeah, some people take off the radio and go along the island.
Like me, I just want to turn until carnival Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, and wait till it's over.
Yeah.
So we want to thank God for you, members of the pavilion, all the callers, all of you. And we got some new callers yesterday. And I appreciate you. No opinion is wrong here.
We listen to everyone.
We listen to everybody. Forget the naysayers. It is not that type of show.
Yeah.
So do not feel the need to call you and tell me about the PNM or the UNC.
It's not UNC or PNM show.
Good. Especially if we're not talking about that. When we're talking about that, you would hear us say the batting side and the bowling side.
Yes.
And then you can put on your lens.
And we will have our own analysis.
And we have our own analysis. But it's not that type of show.
Yes.
Okay? This is not show.
So oftentimes I might get blamed for something like a two government
because you're batting.
or a two
Yes.
anti-government, you know, that kind of thing. But the thing is, I see it as we see it.
Yeah.
You know, we are the umpires.
So that's how we dice it here on the show. And we want to thank God for Mr. Neil IWER George Waterman himself. Did you see I sent you the footage?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I sent you the footage. The Waterman was in
That
stunning.
is flavor Saturday.
Yes, he was in stunning form.
The water boss.
Yeah, he was 26 again.
Mm.
Yes, he was 26 again. You know, I didn't see signs of fatigue I was looking for. You know?
Well, I was experiencing water that Saturday
Or
morning.
you were part of the treacherous crew
journey
in Shagaramas.
If I know I could take a boat, you know, I'd take a boat, right?
Well, next time you buy a boat.
No, I ain't going back that again, man. That can't get my time again like that.
So we want to say thank you, Mr. George, for allowing us to share your platform. You didn't have to, and you have done so, and you and your family, your wife, your staff. We want to say thanks to you and thank God for you always, and continue to do what you're doing and being the water boss. That's about it, you know. And we do enjoy you. He's part of what you call the vintage crew now. He's one of the
he's an oldie.
The stalwarts. That's the name I want to talk about. That's the stalwarts, you know, of this thing. One of the pioneers in his genre. And
you know, you'll say that about Marshall too.
Yeah.
But Marshall brought on one of the pioneers last night, Super Blue.
Right. Everybody had somebody before them.
He didn't look like he could make it though.
Well, for the little time he was on, I guess he did his thing. You know, it's something, a particular action. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
Good. You know, he didn't, you know, you might not want to hear Etel, you know, and Lara, you know, but his movement and just the honor. You see that?
Yeah.
You see that practice of honoring people
exactly.
and gratitude?
Exactly.
It will go a long way.
Exactly.
And I hope all artists,
from
time to time, take out to honor those who have gone before, those who paved the way, good, because some of them die unceremoniously and not part of any of our history.
Only after they die, they are posthumously
awarded. Yeah, and that is one ought I have against the bowling side. Because the bowling side, for as long as they have been around, promised to rewrite our social history via our education curriculum. Good? And to be honest, nobody is better poised to do it than them.
Correct.
Because they started the race with us. And people like Shadow and people like Rootsman, people like the Caribbean man. They should be part of our written history. Written. You should learn about that. We should read about that. We still reading about Columbus all the time. We complaining. We still reading about things and people that are far off. But they have, you know, the mighty sparrow. Those things should be, they are learning lessons from it. Professor Chalk does a tremendous lecture on culture and the industry. At times I've listened to him, and I think Dr. Rudy as well. Can't remember the next gentleman. But really and truly, Watchman, these other people who have gone before, Designer, Maestro, these people should be part of the Roaring Lion. These people should be part of our written history, not just something we hear about during carnival season. So the fact that some artists take time to honor the merchant, some artists, the mighty DeFausto himself, take time to honor these people. They should be part of not only our oral history, but our written history. We need to catalog that and teach that. You know, we talk about soca and calypso, a dying art form, but we have not developed the other aspects of it, the literature of it, because we don't use it. We don't use it. We have a very funny relationship with carnival. We say one thing, but when we do another, as far as carnival is concerned. So good afternoon to, that was just my little
good afternoon
segment.
to those of you, of course, listening to us on the way home this very, very, very sunny afternoon, and I'm sure it is all over Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to those listening to us far and abroad. We know there are a lot of persons listening to us outside of Trinidad and Tobago, and we want to say thank you and good afternoon. This evening we will have, as usual, we will have a very nice, exciting show. We like to deal with things that are in the news and things that are topical, for the season in particular. And as usual, we give you our analysis, and you come in and you tell us how the game, how the batsman batting, the bowlers bowling, and how you see the game playing. So this is Trinidad and Tobago, and of course this is Carnival. I know yesterday you were discussing, I had the opportunity to listen to part of the show yesterday, and I know yesterday you had been discussing the issue of the tribe marketing, I don't know if to call it a campaign, or some of the offerings, the new offerings in the carnival costume package. And that piqued the interest of a lot of persons. I am seeing it, it's making headlines in the news today again. And certainly it has some implication. What they would have done would certainly have some implication for the moral spur, the thought of, you know, where carnival is going and how we may be judged by it. What I have to say about that is that you know, the promoters have to do what they have to do to promote their thing, right? While it would look like carnival is an evolving thing, and the marketing of it also is. And the thing is that promoters will do what they have to do to keep titillating the imagination of those that they want to engage in the mass business. The same happens all over the world where there is carnival, like Brazil and that kind of place thing. It's revolving in that it's dynamic, is that it doesn't remain the same all the time. What used to pass for good mass long time is not what's going to pass for good mass now. And clearly masqueraders pay is an investment. It's a lot of money to play mass. It's not just you get a costume, you get other things, you get food, you get a party, a fete ticket sometimes for after, and you're paying for all of that. So apart from the normal thing, in their whole marketing scheme, it seems that they want to give out, or they'll be giving out, some kind of what we call a sex toy for women. And some are asking if we are introducing sex in a certain kind of way in the carnival. I personally don't necessarily see it. So no, I think that's a bold and audacious kind of step to go. I would not have gone that way, but I don't see that having any major effect on the morals and of the society, or except that you know making it more prevalent or making it more acceptable, the use of those toys and that kind of thing, because that is, I mean, in case you didn't know, in case those who criticizing it didn't know, even the children in school know about what is a rose, and they've been talking about it as the subject of discussion in a lot of quarters. To me, like all them women using it now. Now, whether or not, as you would have said, whether or not it is something that is going to take away from the masculinity of men, I don't know, and I don't think so, right? Some men who are progressive thinking might be happy the woman have that, he could use it with them sometimes, right? I enjoy the whole thing, right? So the thing is, different people see it differently. Different people see it certainly differently. It would, I mean, we have a situation with church, and sometimes we have to be able to understand how we rationalize between church and morals and state and that kind of thing. Whether the state should intervene in something like this, that's the next question that I saw was raised, and I don't know exactly how. I would like to hear what the people have to say as to whether or not they feel the state should intervene in something that is already prevalent. I mean, anybody could go and buy them thing anyway, right? The fact is, the mass man probably in their own marketing trying to stir up controversy and marketing and that kind of thing. They are now, I mean, if you want to get a good rose, maybe you should play with tribe. I don't know if that's the ethos of the whole plan, the whole marketing plan. But what is your take on that, and how do you see it?
Well, as I said yesterday, I am neither here nor there because it isn't marketed to me. And I tend not to have an opinion, especially a public opinion. That is like me having an opinion on the price of cigarettes. You know?
When you don't smoke.
I'm not a consumer in any way, right?
So you're saying that you in no way will help your partner with using the rules and that kind of thing.
Well,
because that way you'll be a consumer.
no, you still wouldn't be a consumer. You're not.
They're marketed to you.
You benefiting.
Well,
There's an added advantage, but you're still not a consumer. Remember, you can't buy it for you and ball hair, you know. It doesn't work like that.
Hey, help me.
Yeah.
You know.
You can't do that. We're having a caller early on where there's not even a question. Caller, I will not.
No, well, they can let me hear what the caller say. Maybe they might introduce something and it might end up being a question.
All right, if they call back.
Yeah.
But I like us to establish the dialogue. Now, as we were saying yesterday, I did not. I don't have an opinion of it one way or the other, because I too understand the direction the society is heading, and if the Archbishop doesn't see that, then, with all due respect, he's blind.
Well, the Archbishop, they have a role. I mean, they have a role to play. They have to say what they have to say. I mean,
right.
I mean, they are.
So, despite his role and his opinion, you have to understand that with all our best intentions, I am not a fatalist, but the society is heading in one particular direction.
No, I don't agree with you. There are a lot of people.
Well, show me different.
There are a lot of people who don't believe in that.
Well, show me different.
No, we don't have the statistics.
I have the statistics. The
Okay.
statistics will tell you that this is becoming much more prevalent.
We
Certain
understand
types.
that.
So that shows you where the trends are going.
Right.
So all I'm saying is that if you understand the trends.
But listen. These things are not new. I mean, porn. All. You remember when porn and thing was a big thing long time?
It was taboo.
That was, well, you said taboo. That was the name of one of them too.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing
You had your little Playboy book.
Playboy.
Good. But you didn't get it on your phone.
But we didn't have phone in them times.
Exactly. So
right?
you have to understand
So I tell you,
where
everything is revolving.
So you have
That's
to
the thing in a
understand
way.
the direction of the arrow.
Mm.
Good? Even if you believe in the Bible, for instance, right? Apart from all the great things that God does or promises to do, He says in the last days, things are going to get better, you know. Things going to get
Right,
worse.
because the world is evolving. People learn more scientific.
Right. So I'm saying the
invention.
I agree that the godly priest has his role. He has to have his say. You know, because that is his role and function. Least you feel that you're somehow going to pull back the horse. For me, that is folly. You ain't pulling back this horse. Not with the youth, not with the world. You're not pulling back your horse. Still have your say. I will stay my part. For instance, I may not like a particular type of music, but that's me. If I find myself somewhere in a zest, bet your bottom dollar as you found yourself, and I am sure when you went to that place,
No.
it was different. I am sure.
No. I unlike what a lot of people think.
Uh-huh.
I went sink and dirty. I just go. I just lime. I just party and thing. So I understand. I know what's out there. I know. I
Good.
know what I was expecting to see when I
Was
went
it
there.
like anything that you accustomed going and
No,
seeing?
not unless it's around carnival time. Because that places you'll go and you'll see them kind of thing around carnival time. But sink and dirty is a different kind of fed, by the way.
But that's my point. And
And-
to not understand that demographic, remember I used to teach.
But it have big people like us in our party too.
To go to see. And when
Nah,
we
they
go
go
there,
to see. They
Listen.
went to the participate.
but when we go there, we're not trying to control
And
it.
when you go, you can't go to see, everybody getting paint and wet.
But that's my point. And you're not going to kind of control it because once you end up here in this dance, it's only going to go in one particular direction.
Yeah.
You can't go down there and tell them, excuse, behave yourself.
Don't you know
Wh-
paint on me?
where's your
Or
clothes?
the wet me. Or wear your clothes.
Yeah, you can't go there. Look where you are. So all I'm saying is that the arrow is going in one particular direction. I accept that. You have a choice. That is what you have. You have a choice to abstain and say, listen to me. Even though they might be dressing half naked, I go in and play my sailor mass. You go and play a minstrel with your little cane. You can do that. But do not feel that you're going to convince that band to go, y'all, can we have more cloth? People watch you like,
Go and look for Peter
Pops.
Michel in the 80s.
Yeah, Pops, I don't think any right bad, right? Pops. Pops, this is humor. This is not poison and hearts, you know.
It's
not poison and hearts.
Or Peter Michel.
No, Pops. This is humor 2026.
Garb.
Yeah, good. This is Lost Tribe. Good, Pops. So this is not Raul Garib and Kalicharan, I'm sorry. But those days are gone.
Yeah.
And it's hard for us to accept some things like that, especially as we age. When you go back to your alma mater, you study about you used to do this and you used to do that. Them used to go mash you. And ball, what happened, Pops? And for us, that nostalgia is hard. Good? You hear people talk about that. When I was your age, when you're lying with them older men, they give you the war stories. But they used to do how much guilt they used to have, but they used to take bus.
But you know, it's strange, yeah? The same thing that titillated our fantasies
Correct.
then is the same thing that
Correct.
for the youth.
Correct.
No, it's just that time have changed. People are doing things differently. You have to take it.
Correct. No call.
Yeah, times have changed. People are doing things differently. The
Yeah.
music have changed also to a large extent. It's requiring or calling for a lot more in terms of what you do.
There's a caller.
physically.
You want me to take him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. So good afternoon. Long time Granny I call.
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
Granny.
I'm glad to see you here. I always call on the program. Now, what I want to say about carnival, you know, chutney singing, and I know about calypso, I do the inventing. But carnival, when I was young, I from beach, and they must say, come over to see my master. So I prayed now. He said, come go with me. Come go with me. I said, okay. I went to find the granny. Gentlemen, it was so nice while in there. Sailor, if you see people wear clothes, and instead of wear clothes like a long time, people wear them have on, properly well dressed, beautiful, nice mask, nice music, and you can watch it. You don't even want to leave to come home, but the way it was beautiful. You know, if I switch on that TV now, I have to switch it off. I mean, these women, especially the men, with still see the men with clothes. But these women, that is that bikini, you know. Clothes people and Indian people do not know about bikini. And some American guest house and the hotel, when those white people come from away, they used to walk down the road in the sun. They used to wear bikini. Bikini is not like what them in Carnival Monday and Tuesday, you know. Carnival Monday and Tuesday, these women naked on the road. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. You know, if you walk just like one of them, and you walk on the road, they will charge you. Police will charge you. You're almost naked, you're naked, they will charge you. Let them open and carry themselves, they could still watch the men. They have nothing. I see no animal, I'm sorry to say. I won't say my family is nothing yet too, but not from my house. Not from my house, although I have to get out to go. If you want to go, wear clothes. Wear clothes, if I bang with clothes. If I bang with clothes, I will see it. I want to know where women carry themselves and to watch men. Because they still have on clothes. Eh? These people have no shame. No animal in the world will get on like that. I would never say that is Trinidad culture, that is no culture, nakedness is a culture. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, thank you, caller.
Thank you, Granny. And again,
what Granny don't know is that I will leave home with clothes, but I ain't going to end up in the party with.
but not only that, Carnival, and even the Archbishop said that, it is so diverse. It depends on where you go. It have places to go and get stink and dirty.
Yeah, like
and
where you went one night it was.
Yeah, and it have places to go to get your 1, 2, 3.
Yes, a nice party.
Yeah,
like
they're-
just friends and all them kind
yeah,
of parties.
so really and truly, there's a menu of stuff. What you see is not all that is available.
Exactly.
There still is traditional mass. There's still
To some
the
extent.
reenactment of the
Kambule riots.
Kambule riots. There's still positives.
Stick
But-
fighting in Gandhi
Good.
and all them places.
So it is not.
So the whole...
Let me take this caller.
Yeah. The whole...
Caller, good
carnival,
afternoon.
Everything is still available.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All the listeners on Share Live. How's that, umpire? Happy New Year to the two umpires and the third one.
Yeah.
So I will refer this one time to the third umpire upstairs because it seems as though the leg break was outside
Right,
and pass are wide.
right.
So now they say in life, listen to some of the things I hear on the radio station, right? That change is eminent
Right.
and change is something that had to adapt to.
Right.
So now back in school, when me and you was to go to school, the only thing we know was our washikong,
Gym
our
boots.
pants and our shirt.
Right.
Yeah, we used to call it washikong and jumboats, yeah, from Bata. Right? Yeah. And if you get anyone with the logs underneath, is a bad boy because you got nice shoes. But if you get the smooth one, you have a Bata dog. Now look where shoes come to.
Correct.
Right? We accept it. Now, coming up the road now, they say that young ladies, when they mature, they have the menstrual. And in the early days, when they built all these secondary school and they introduced secondary school to the wider community, they didn't have the education to teach young ladies about hygiene. So in the community time, they modernized the system to teach them in school. And look at the next one behind me here in the sandwich. For the longest while I hear to teach sexual education in school. But everybody have a different opinion on that. But yet still, teenage pregnancy is on the rise. Right? So now we come that we have statistics showing that AIDS is still there. And transmitted disease is still out there rampant. Okay? Now, just as you will say, the Rose Parade in America, then you have the Brazil Carnival. You see the difference? But yet still is what you come to and what you like. When we have a state-owned enterprise and the state doing everything, they say, let we free it up and privatize it and give other people to run it, to manufacture, to produce it, and to get the people to come to attend. Because when they go to a wake, you hear people sing song and they gamble. But when they go in the funeral, they sing hymns and praises. So it's what we want and how we accept society. So all I see, this is something like a precaution measure that the females and them will have. Just like how we will wear a pink ribbon and say, real men wear pink, right, Empire? You see what he just have on? So it is what we accept. Because here what's going on. It only had one TV station long ago. And now the internet is here. So the nice thing about it, if we teach ourselves the spiritual way or the lost way. Have a nice day. How's that?
Good. And that is an opinion of one of our callers. Everybody sees it differently, and clearly Trinidad and Tobago has a lot of religious antecedents, and Carnival will have evolved came out after slavery started in the French, was it the French Caribbean? Ronaldo?
What's that?
Carnival. How did Carnival evolve?
Oh, slavery.
Right, after slavery. And but there was also while the ruling class or the planter class was heavily involved in Christianity and that kind of thing, a lot of us as slaves, former slaves and that kind of thing, we were that kind of Christianity was inculcated in us to some extent. And therefore, even when it started, it was not as it is today, and rightfully so. Things have changed over the years, and everything has changed. Carnival is a more commercial thing now. I mean, while a lot of people participate, a lot of people make millions of dollars off a carnival, right? The state and all make money off a carnival. So the thing is, there will always be that question, that merging of ideologies in relation to how people should operate within carnival, and you only state and you should play and you only should play, and all that kind of thing. That being said, what we see and what we see today, and when we refer to the discussion started with the father saying that the church had a problem with respect to what the offerings of a particular band leader, and that's another revolution, another I should say marketing intervention that a band is taking to maybe say, hey, we are the better band to come and play with. When you come and play with us, you have long lasting feelings long after.
Well, even though I do have my own Christian beliefs, I do not posit that these beliefs are universal, lest you end up on the wrong side of statistics and maybe the right side of religiosity or religious dogma. Right? So, to stand up and say that we, the church, do not believe in this, for me is very, very shaky. You might be surprised how many of your membership are convinced otherwise. You take it for granted because of where you sit that your view is the general view. But you could really only quote the Bible. Because if you talk about the membership, them little people they who has been in the same bands, those little members who just come every other Sunday, you might...
And the children.
Yes, you might find that, Father, we like that, you know. Don't go up there and say... Don't go up there and say that.
Just come for the Ashes Wednesday.
Yeah, correct. So you have to be careful how you represent what just might be your view, and you're entitled to your view, and you have a right to share your view. But to say that it's representative, that this is how we feel and this is what should happen, do you get to determine that? And not the members of tribe and the leadership of tribe and these other band stakeholders in carnival too? Good? It's not that they're making it law. If tribe decided to make law that everybody in every band must have one of those, then we'd have a problem. Good? And it's only the people not wanting it will have a problem. But I don't know. There are other issues for me, which I think we will turn to after the break, because we head into a break, which has to do with two things, two events. Public backlash after Savita's Chutney Soca Monarch win, which we will deal with, and at the same time, Calypso Fiesta Furor, controversy over results as 11 advanced to the March Gras. And we will do it in light of what you were talking about, government and states intervention. Because in these two competitions, it is suggested that somehow the state may have had a role.
Somehow the state had the thumb on the scale.
Yes.
Something
because
saying that.
Chucky Gordon makes a particular assertion, and we have to thank him for speaking out. You know, some people wouldn't speak out. And the Savita Singh article, the last winner spoke out against these present results. Right? He spoke out. He was openly annoyed, you know, about these results. So, even in this thing we call carnival, we all can't agree. Now, don't figure it's one pot and we all agree and we all going down the road together. It ain't so. It's not so. So we will examine again these undercurrents and ask you, members of the pavilion, what are your take? Stay tuned for more after the break. We're going to a break on the Third Empire.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The Canbulay riots of 1881 changed the future of mass forever. Freed from the chains, our spirits soared high. Now experience the roots of our culture, where rhythm meets resistance, where drama meets history, where song tells the story of a people. Join us for the reenactment of the Canbulay riots. Friday, 13 December from 4 a.m. at Piccadilly Greens, Port of Spain. Canbulay, a powerful tribute to the heritage of Carnival. Free to all. For more information, find us on Instagram at ttcarnival365.com or call us at 622-1670. This event is proudly presented by the NCC, supported by Mackensen, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
It's a whole lot of flavor wrapped up in a twist. Some of them try to rap, but they don't rap like this. With crispy KFC tenders and lettuce and carrots and shredded tortilla embedded, perfect wherever you headed. Dripping with that creamy mayo and that mambo sauce. Let me tell them one more time to get my point across. It's a craveable, crunchable, movable, functional, flavorful meal that your taste buds must endorse. KFC crunch twist. None of them, they don't make it like this.
Introducing KFC's Crunch Twist, a flavorful wrap with a delicious difference for just $29.95. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Man, I went by the ATM to get some cash and the machine saying insufficient funds. I sure I have money in my account.
Boy, that happened to me already. Here what to do. Make a report to your bank. But if you're still not satisfied with how they're dealing with it, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman. Let me text you the number.
If you want to resolve a complaint with your bank, non-bank financial institution, or insurance company, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
Calling all mass lovers, the ultimate carnival experience is here. The world-renowned Senior Parade of Bands. On Carnival Monday from 11 a.m. and Carnival Tuesday from 8 a.m. Watch thousands of masqueraders revel in color, energy, and glory across the big stage. The Queen's Park Savannah will come alive with the passion of our people and the rhythm of our culture. Grandstand general seating, $150 for access on both days. North stand free on Monday and just $50 on Tuesday. Available at the Grandstand ticket booth, online at islandetickets.com and the NCC office, Victoria Square, Port of Spain. For more info, find us on Instagram at ttcarnival365.com or call 622-1670. Senior Parade of Bands 2026, presented by the NCC, supported by Mackensen, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and
Vibes with Voicey X.
I got the innocent. All when I jump in with the friend. I got the innocent.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Voicey X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voices Life and Career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall Entrance City Mall, 5th Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue, 519 Restaurant C3 Center, Woodford Cafe Chagonis, Fairways Tobago, and online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Voicey X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park, Savannah.
It's in who we
option for a chance to break away with bigger playway prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the playway breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the playway breakaway. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Lion Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, baked roti and double stew, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion Brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
What are you doing?
Crunchnival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein, we need KFC again and again. Time to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look the touchdown now. KFC, time to wave and just bite down now because it's Crunchnival.
What are you doing? Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, Carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, take off, like rocket. It's a Crunchnival with the baddest bucket. Bada ding, bada boom. Make this, make room. This steam finger licking. It's a Crunchnival with KFC. Chicken, joy, carnival, and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Crunchnival at KFC.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for words, wit, and raw lyrical fire. It's Kaisorama 2026, the ultimate extempo and freestyle competition where only the sharpest minds survive. On Monday, February 2nd, the battle begins at Radisson Hotel with the preliminary round at 7 p.m. Watch the nation's best extempo giants go head-to-head, thinking fast, rhyming faster. Then it all comes down to the grand final on Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at Napa. One crown, one champion, pure lyrical mastery. Think you have what it takes? Registration is now open until Friday, January 30th at all Tuco offices. Tickets, preliminary $150, grand final $250. Don't miss the clash of culture, creativity, and calypso brilliance. Kaisorama 2026, where lyrics rule and legends are born. The tradition, the detail, the dedication. This carnival, the Masters of Mass take center stage at the Senior Conventional Individuals Competition, where artistry meets imagination and every costume is handcrafted to perfection, telling powerful stories through color, texture, and movement. Join us at Victoria Square, Port of Spain on Thursday, 12 February from 7 p.m. Experience the magic of conventional mass. Bring the family and witness the spectacle. It's free to all. For more more information, follow ttcarnival365.com on Instagram or call 622-1670. The Senior Conventional Individuals
Before we went to the break, I made mention of two events and two headings. Controversy followed the results of the Calypso Fiesta 2026 on Saturday night at Skinner Park, San Fernando, after several Calypsonians with strong political and social commentary failed to advance to the grand final of the National Calypso Monarch competition. The outcome sparked debate among patrons and artists at Skinner Park, with renewed questions about whether political Kaiso was being quietly sidelined by the two Trinidad Unified Calypso Organization, TUCO, and the judges, despite Calypso's historic role as a voice of the people. Among those reacting publicly was Roderick Chuck Gordon, who did not advance to the final with his Tory time. In a social media post, he expressed disappointment with the judging, writing, "Tory time. I ain't gonna lie, this semi-final result real hurt, you know. While I understand the judge's decision is final, the discrepancies in marking, boy, wow." Several Calypsonians and fans responded to Gordon's post, with some arguing that TUCO may have been influenced by the United National Congress government, noting some of the Calypsonians who failed to make both the semis and the finals were those who had stinging commentary against the Kamla Persad-Bissessa administration. Some argued that they could not understand the reasoning for targeting such calypsos, given the history of what calypso is, and noting that there were similar calypsos under previous governments up to last year, but that this did not prevent artists from moving forward to the March Gras night. Calypsonian historian Zenobi also weighed in, urging transparency in the judging process. In a strongly worded post, Obi called for a full release of the scores for all competitors, arguing that the verification was necessary before drawing conclusions. He suggested that performers should request detailed breakdowns of their marks and questioned whether discrepancies could exist between judges' scores and the final mark master sheet, adding that allegations of score changes by officials were not new to the competition's history. Speaking with Guardian Media, Omari Ashby, a PhD candidate in the University of West Indies who researches and lectures in Calypso, said clarity was needed, especially around TUCO's assertion last week that the organization is apolitical. Ashby explained that if apolitical means TUCO does not support any political party, that position is fair. However, he cautioned that rejecting political commentary altogether would undermine the foundation of Calypso. Calypso can be a song of praise or a song of shame, Ashby says. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles, who attended the event, said she had not seen the judges' score sheets and therefore could not conclude whether political commentary was targeted. She acknowledged hearing discussions that several politically charged calypsos failed to advance, but noted that disagreement over results is a regular feature over carnival competitions. Becker said without access to the judging criteria, it would be unfair to accuse judges, adding that public debate and dissatisfaction are part of the carnival tradition. Advancing were Young Brother, Terry Lyons, Ricky Jai, Giselle Fraser, Karen Ashe, Carice Pascal, Mohammed.
Sunrise is back and all we enjoy it. When she whine, I follow. Go down and then take it slow from Trinidad to Tobago. We jamming all on this stage show. I'm lost in Trinbago. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na na. Oh na na. I'm lost in Trinbago. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. can't wait till we at Juve. Paint and powder on the roadway. With my friends and we exploring. This soca feels so sweet. My body temperature full of heat. And we chipping down the road. And we not going home. I'm lost in Trinbago. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na na. Oh na na. I'm lost in Trinbago. Enjoying myself, lost in carnival, and I can't be found again. Hey, beautiful vibes, I'm so alive again. Lost in carnival, and I'm ready to fit again. I'm lost in Trinbago. Oh na na na.
Your soca pick of the day. Keep it locked right here for more of the biggest hits and the sweetest vibes, sponsored by NLCB.
Please play responsibly.
So we're back, and we were just talking about the storyline that suggests that certain calypsos did not make it to the final.
I particularly like the response of the opposition leader. Where is the data to say that did in fact happen?
But do we need data to think? Is it then coincidence that no government critique made it to the final?
Well, we need to see the rubric. If we see the rubric, we will know what they were looking for in particular.
All right. It's just funny that you have a competition and all these things are not known before.
Well,
why are we searching? And that's the thing about us and these competitions. Now, we did learn, as you did say, the opposition leader said that these things are common.
Mm-hmm. You always hear
controversy. I remember a couple.
Every year, you hear controversy.
In terms of the judging, but I don't know if we're doing more harm than good with these issues. And this government, I keep on saying, and I've said it, you may not agree, is doing everything wrong that can be done wrong.
I do agree.
Well, tell me what they're doing right publicly.
I do agree. One of the things I feel that, to take out most of the controversy from Carnival, is to remove all them sort of competition. We keep competing against ourselves every year, and you have good things going on to being relegated to nothing through competition. That's nonsense in my opinion. Even pan everything. Everybody play, everybody had their own hit, right? And if we could afford it, we pay to market it and we pay to develop it. But the thing is, once you have competition, you have this kind of problem. You had this kind of controversy.
Which is what the commentators said, as you say, even the opposition leader, that this is part of it too.
Yeah, every year had this. This is not the first
But saying
time
that this is part of it doesn't really tell me if it's progressive.
Well, it is not. I just tell you that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the opposition, all those comments are for me vacuous in terms of, is it progressive? That's what we want to know. Don't tell me that's how it is since it started.
Well, I didn't say that.
No, I'm talking about the opposition leader.
Right?
You know? People who say that just tell you, boy, oh gosh, you know,
But every time
in 1950 we didn't have no road.
Every time I
So
talk,
why you complaining about the potholes?
Every time I talk about something on this program, I
Yes.
provide solutions.
Yes.
Right? And the thing is, that's my solution. Right? We could configure this differently for everybody. You see that village, that
Flavor
village thing they have in
They had no competition.
They had no competition.
Yes, it was well
attended.
And accepted.
And the people who selling food make money, the government make money, everybody make money. Still the same way. This carnival thing, tourists come, I see all kind of people inside.
Yeah.
The thing is, we keep Marshall Montano will be Marshall Montano.
Yes.
Right? It's all the big soca voice.
They will all be comers.
Right? And all that it will all you still have to pay to go to FET and thing. Why we adding this flavor that causing controversy every year, year in, year out? To say what? Somebody's the king or something? The king in England.
Well, where did we get that obsession from?
I don't know.
I beat you last year.
Yeah, kind of nonsense.
You beat me this year. I come first.
Mm. But it comes down from our how I should say, antecedent or after slavery and the education system. The education system is configured the same way, by the way. Same way, by the way. Everything configured. And a way to get the best slave to do what you want them to do. Right? That's what it's about. Right?
Oh, Lord.
So we had to move away from that kind of system and let everybody, that doesn't exist in the US or nowhere, that doesn't exist in China nowhere, that doesn't exist nowhere, nothing like that. Right? And those are progressive societies.
Yeah, and even
Singapore and
if
South
those
Korea.
Things exist, you expect private citizens to do that. So a private group through a pageant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the state
being part of that.
So
you will always have. I mean, let me feed again to the government or governments.
Yeah.
If I'm in office, I had the most marvels, and this competition is a competition I sponsor. Who are you going to win this competition?
But you ain't in that.
Right?
You really had that time.
But you know it is always have a long hand, boy. You know it have a man with a stick could reach quite across. So this is an asinine discussion in the first place, in my opinion. Right? But it is what it is in Trinidad and Tobago. All these things are about competition, and I could understand why people have misgivings about certain things.
So my question to you, the members of the pavilion, do you think that competitions in carnival, don't tell me that is how it was since Adam was a little boy. We established that. Do you see them as progressive, as adding to the carnival, or you see them as taking away or fostering more negativity and disunity? You know, we call about one competition, one Trinidad and Tobago. That's easy to say when you win, you know. Real unity. This time you win. The man who lose, he not seen it that way. The number to call is 3420081.
You creating strife.
4665391. Tell me,
unnecessary
are these things progressive? I know we have grown up seeing them. I used to watch my little Dimash Gras with, you know, but we don't consider often the people who don't win, who spend time, money to practice, rehearse just like you.
And that's one of the fallouts. That's one of the fallouts of the whole thing, and that's why it is not good for the society.
I tend to agree with that view. I hold that view as well, that those things are they may have had their historical antecedents, but going forward, I am not too sure about their value. The number to call is 3420081466539. This chutney, it's a bacchanal in chutney competition too, you know.
All the competition are bacchanal. All of them are
The
bacchanal.
chutney competition has bacchanal in it as well. Public backlash. Savita Singh may have won the 2026 Chutney Soca Monarch competition title, but in the court of public opinion, she lost.
You see?
Dozens of commentators questioned how Singh had become a contestant in the first place, with many arguing that several contestants had performed better and were deserving of the grand prize of $400,000.
Take away from them, all them things from that thing where you can spend less and make everybody happier, give everybody something, and take away that competition. Come and entertain us, we pay you to entertain us. But it happened already, you know. I mean, we were in a kind of two-tier system, you know, because the fete I went to over the weekend, like I was paying to go that fete, you know, 5 something, 5 to 8 something to go that fete.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And people pay and went.
Yeah.
Right? So the thing is, and the promoters, who by the way is not part of the competition, they benefited from that. Right? So the government could benefit from it in the same way.
Are these competitions helping healthy callers, members of the public? The number to call is 342-008-14665-391. Tell me, what do you think about all these competitions? You liked it? You could call and say you like it. Because you want to bet. Come on, you know you're placing your bet so you win a little money when All Stars win or when Despas win, and you're making your bet, and that's maybe good for you. But in terms of culture and culture moving forward, are these competitions helping us? Are they healthy? Are they a healthy part of Carnival? Are we responsible enough? I remember, is it the definition? You know, sometimes it's hard for us to abandon sentiment and feeling in pursuit of logic. Are we really helping? Or are we adding to the cancerous parts of the carnival? The parts that we could really do without. Yes, it was nice.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
In the 50s, it was nice.
It was nice.
Good.
We started off talking about carnival as revolving.
And did it start with competitions? I can't see that.
Well, they had Lord Kitchener and they were it started with competition to some extent, even from the days of the Queen and that kind of thing. But right, that's why you had the lords and the.
But it looked like even in the mass, it was kind of free to just get your band and your costume.
But I remember, you were band long time when we were small. Isn't that? You go and play mass.
Where did we go?
You had the band.
Who come up with the idea of first, second, and third? That was
that's the person called. That's the person. That is genesis of the confusion.
First, second, and third. Callers, call me at 342-008-14665-391. Are these competitions a healthy part of our carnival?
So much so that I don't even take part. Long time when I was younger, I used to listen, I used to want to know who come. That's not important to me again.
Are we?
You go to a fete, you enjoy yourself, you listen to the music,
are we
you like
being
it,
prehistoric? Because look at the events that are non-competitive. Who wins Stink and Dirty? Do we know? But I saw they had 17,000 people.
Yeah.
Good.
The promoter won.
Right. So
promoter won.
I'm not too sure what part of our ego these things feed. It surely is not good for the pocket. You know, we don't need it to make money. So call me. The number to call is 342-008-14665-391. Do we need it? Are these competitions progressive? Are they a progressive part of our carnival? And I will link that to what we were saying about tribe earlier. who was saying that, listen, when something grows, it progresses. You abandon old things, you try new things. And the new things are not going to be, people not going to clap. That's some people. Some people can say, boy, you know, remember Granny called? Granny called and talked about how mass was in her day. Yeah. And if you come home skimpy, Granny putting you out, she just say that.
I vexed with you. That was, I mean, I vexed with Granny for that.
No, because she's speaking her truth.
That was the time.
Good. But if Granny wants to play in humor, she will have to adjust.
Yeah.
You understand?
I know Granny great-great-grands want to play in humor, and they will play in humor.
They will play in humor. And they will see the same issue differently. So sometimes it's a thing of era, but are all these competitions helping us to develop? Or are they just creating more strife? More lawsuits, more money for certain people who dress in a certain kind of jacket and tie.
That's the good thing about Carnival. I mean, it has money for everybody. At some point in time, that some people just sitting down and rubbing and waiting for after
because
Carnival.
They know it's a bacchanal going and come out of that. Right? I
you know.
remember when it was the Soca Monarch bacchanal. Why do we... Is that the only way to have fun?
And maybe that's how we are characterized, you know, bacchanal people.
Yeah.
I was watching an ad, not an ad, I was watching a politician in Miami was asked why iguanas are frozen. They're falling off, you know, the trees and things because they have some serious snow and things across there. And she was saying they don't know, they understand why they are freezing, they'll fall off the tree and thing and they'll die and thing. And the reporter asked, well, what would you do with all these iguanas that are falling off the tree? I said, well, there's a part of the world people eat iguanas, and that's Trinidad and Tobago. And they plan to send them to Trinidad for the lovers of iguana in Trinidad. So the thing is, it's a cultural thing. Every country have their own culture, and some of the things that we embrace, we seem to embrace for longer.
Do we have to die that way?
Just no, we seem to embrace for longer the negative parts of it. The parts of it that are bacchanal. Right? Rather than allow the thing to...
Yeah, the parts that create strife.
Yeah, revolutionize. Right? I mean, we just trying to go just different. We just not thinking united. We're not thinking nationalism. I mean, I look at the situation with the boat, the Tobago ferry. Now, I know I have a intimate knowledge of what's going on with that boat and what's happening. I haven't said anything.
Right.
But the comments here sometimes, one, they are without information.
Right.
Although the information is there.
Right.
They are baseless, and they are without critical thinking also. Right? To procure a boat like that, to buy a new boat like that, it will cost the country millions of dollars, $400-500 million in some cases, and they take very long to do so. So you will start procuring a boat now, the 5 years might up and you get a boat yet. Right? So the other option, given the circumstances, with what would have happened with the last boat and the owner of the boat selling the boat or leasing the boat to somebody, somewhere else, they had to find an new lease. And if they had to do it quick too, that's a very small window, they must do it.
Yeah.
And therefore, the best option was the blue wave at the time.
Yeah.
Right? And so you hear people placing blame where blame should be placed, people not understanding the issues, people talking about things that they certainly don't understand. And this thing is going in a direction that you clearly see is a kind of political culture. And we should be thinking nationalism. People of Tobago need that kind of transportation. We should be thinking how best we could come together and solve the problems that are facing on the sea bridge. Together. Especially where the people who are talking the most were the group of people that created the problem. People don't know that.
Members of the pavilion, are these competitions necessary Are they a necessary evil, a necessary part of what we do? And do they help move Carnival forward? Do you think they help? Or do you think they create strife, unnecessary anxiety because you're trying to win? Good. Do they really engender talent? Because what about if you don't win? Good. Are these progressive parts of our carnival? All these competitions that some of us end up in the court? Good. The number to call is 342-0081-466-5391. Call me and tell me what do you think about these various competitions that we always hear about, and few people are satisfied. Well, not few. Not everyone is satisfied with the results of these competitions, which is natural too, according to the opposition leader, and I do agree with her to that extent. But are we being progressive with all these competitions? It's a progressive feature of our carnival. Good afternoon, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon.
I want to know which one of all you gentlemen could carry me out to one of the parties.
Which one you want to go to?
Hello, Mr. This is Mr. Matterson.
Yeah, which one you want to go to? We're going stranded by the pool Thursday. That one is the kind that you would like.
Oh, but I want to go with you. You can carry me?
Of course, of course.
So you're buying a ticket for me then?
Of course I'll buy a ticket for you. How do I find you?
Well, I will send you my number after the station when you finish here.
This song like Eric Richards.
What do you think, children?
Yeah? Is this Erica Richards? She gone.
Yeah. We go to a break. So you want a date with this caller where you all will be stranded?
Stranded by the pool. That's in Toko.
Oh well, I'm not sure. According to what you said, I'm not too sure. These things are healthy for us. We insist. The number to call callers. Tell me, what do you think about these competitions? 342-0081-466-5391. We have a caller. We have a couple of seconds. Good afternoon, caller.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
These competitions
caller, if it cuts off, we're going to break. You'll call us back after. Yeah? But go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, these things are wasting finances, and basically it's for a rich man to make money. That is behind the scenes. Too much of bread and circus in this country, and it needs to stop.
Exactly.
It needs to stop right now. Too much bread and circus. They say a minister girl win the competition. You know, this kind of bacchanal.
Yes.
We don't need that here.
Yeah.
We don't need that here. We have to end the bread and circus in this country and start to be more serious. That is my contribution.
Thank you, caller. So we hold all other comments after the break.
Road
Please.
March Energy? Check. Royal Castle flavor? Double check. Let's dive into the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we head into the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
So when you're out with the girls, just a riot. And when you're with your boyfriend, get a quiet. I say you can't fool me, I know where you're from. You is one girl like to jam. So this carnival are gonna catch you without your man. This carnival are gonna catch you without your man. Carnival are gonna catch you without your man. Carnival are gonna catch you without your man. So we go be fretting like we single. You go be throwing it back like you get permission. Yes, push it back and make it true.
you can't get in trouble. So don't hold back and just let it go. Girl, push back and then let it go. Free up and let it go. Walk up, cause I've been waiting so long for you to come out and play. Every time I see you, your boyfriend stand up there. So when you're out with your girls, it's a riot. And when you're with your boyfriend, girl, you're quiet. Why? I say you can't fool me, I know where you're from. You is one girl like to jam. So this carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. This carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. Carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. Carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. So we go be fretting like we single. Yes. You go be throwing it back like you get permission. Push back, push it back and make it tremble. What you doing? You're all by yourself this time so you can't get in trouble. So when I catch you, girl, I go deal with your case like lawyer. I go make you walk here today like I so employer. This is just a one-time jam, girl. I don't need your number. The man had you locked in the house like jailer. Cause I've been waiting so long for you to come out and play. Every time I see you, your boyfriend stand up there. Yes. So when you're out with your girls, it's a riot. And when you're with your boyfriend, girl, you're quiet. I say you can't fool me, I know where you're from. You is one girl like to jam. So this carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. This carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. Carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. Carnival I'm gonna catch you without your man. So we go be fretting like we single. You go be throwing it back like you get permission. Throw back, push it back and make it tremble. You're all by yourself this time so you can't get in trouble. So don't hold back and just let it go. Girl, push back and then let it go. Free up and let it go. Girl, walk up, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
That was the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
We're back, and again, we want to leave the floor open for you, the callers. You tell us. Are these competitions varied among the different aspects? Are they very progressive in your view? I know we had them. I like them. I like to watch them, you know. But let's be logical here. Let's think about going forward.
I don't have a problem. You know, there are a lot of good things in Carnival.
Yeah.
Which maintains and supports and keep the art form in a particular way, right? So the tents, if you remember the tents.
There are no competitions there.
Yeah,
It's just a tent.
no competition. You know, you go, you sing, people laugh. Long time you had Tommy Joseph and you had all them
Sprang Along
and all them John Agitation and all them fellas and them. You
Stuff
laugh till
Until.
you laugh till you feel sick.
Rex
right?
West.
Yeah. That was nice. I mean, that's part of the culture.
Yeah.
Talking shit, right? The thing is, all those things were nice, but they weren't competition, right? Now, competition has always been with us.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I think the state could save a lot of money, liberalize the thing, let everybody have a party, let everybody do what the thing, carnival, promote the same thing. The Sky Swan thing is good for the tent. The tent, everybody open my tent who want to open my tent, make money. If you want, the government want to support it because the art form. But this competition thing, even with Panorama and everything else, right? You having competition to boss a man's head, right? All them thing, and I mean, men liberalize the art form. We don't need that, right? But again, you see, the thing is, but everything we talk about is always about who will build the cat, because this is a cat that has to be built. Because government spend a lot of money in this too, and it's about time they come out of this.
The number to call is 342-0081-466-5391. Is this a progressive society? Is this progressive culture with those peculiar aspects? Because you have to get prize money, you have to get judged. Half of the time, I'm not too sure. Maybe the artists understand what they're being judged on. And in our other profession, we know that unless you know that, then you're shooting in the dark. Good. And if there are strict criteria, it still doesn't tell you how it's scored.
Yeah, and you see the thing is, we are kind of seasonal lover of the same culture we talking about and we fighting about, because after Carnival is redemption and all them kind of thing, and is a different kind of different thing, which I would say part of we culture also. So the thing is, we are kind of seasonal lovers. We horn the Carnival right after Carnival, right? You know. So the thing is, we had to start seeing this thing as something, as how the Jamaicans see Jamaica. We had to see Trinidad like that, and our culture.
The number to call is 342-0081-466-5391. Those numbers again are 342-0081-466-5391. Are these competitions healthy for us? Do they engender camaraderie, unity, diversification, invention, innovation? Do they give us these values? And do those values stay with us, remain with us? But is it that we bring all these things only for competition, and when we have no competition?
And you know, one of the things I like, for instance, Marshall Montano, say what you want to say about him. What I saw he did last night with those young artists is just commendable. It's just commendable, right? So each one had to usher each one into the... So if you know a man has talent that represents the art form, that represents what Trinidad and Tobago is about, that represents something that could bring income to Trinidad and Tobago and say something about us far and abroad, then do what you have to do to let it continue, right? So Marshall would have said that one of the guy who was his mirror, who mentored him into the art form was Super Blue, right? To some extent.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do that every time he gets an opportunity with all those young artists.
Yeah. Callers, the number to call 342-0081-466-5391. I was getting calls just before the break, so you callers, you members of the pavilion, you learned, esteemed members of this pavilion. You tell me, you all have been watching these competitions year in or year out. Some of you all, I know you place your bets on them too. You like it for gambling purposes. You know, okay, we understand that, but I'm asking you, because I don't know.
And the challenge has come just like Lotto and Playway and thing.
I don't know who is the best violinist in the world.
Just now. It has become just like Lotto and Playway and all them thing. There's no, the law of average and thing doesn't work in these things again when you have a thumb on the scale. When you have somebody who could say, you could sing like Coco. We don't really care. This is who we giving it to.
Another controversial figure who has been on both sides of judges' decisions in the past. To me, nearly every time he sing,
and I just use Coco. I didn't.
Yes, I know you didn't. You didn't. But I'm
you
glad
could sing like, I should say, you could sing like a canary.
I'm not glad you use him because Mr. Rawlins has been on both sides, and he doesn't spare his political commentary at all. But
Sugar those too.
Correct. The Mighty Chocolates does that as well. You know? I remember the new driver cannot drive. You know? If you didn't understand that song, you didn't understand.
Nothing.
Good. And such is the ability of the art form to craft serious matters in song. Very, very serious matters. People getting lash in the tune. Does that need to be competitive? I just want to hear your tune.
Exactly. And those are the things. So because it's a two-tier thing, you have soca, you have calypso. So the soca people would make the money with the fets and thing. The calypso people make your money 10 thing. Everybody now, who want to sing, who could sing, get involved. You set up your own tent for yourself and compete.
Soca Monarch had its competition too. Oh my God. It had its controversy.
And if you want to have a guile for busting head and thing, with stick fighting, I want to.
And if you do it for free, you'd see who really like the bus head. You know, certain men will say, why not in that anymore, and I retire. I like the bus head for money.
No, I mean, you're busting head for money. People bring it back like how it used to be long time.
Call us the number to call, 342-008-14665-391. Are we going anywhere fast with these things? Sometimes I like what they're supposed to. I like Oliban. The judges must be very, very talented. I have a judge friend, I must call him, to tell me who, and when you hear somebody get 279 points and the next person get 280 points, I want to know how. And somebody get 280.5. You know, I want to know how. I mean, you heard a 0.5? Good afternoon, caller.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
They are forming who you know. The king dead. The dead. One kind of music. It's sick.
Okay. That caller called and he hung up. Thanks for your opinion. We have another caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller.
Hello. Good afternoon to the Third Empire.
Good afternoon, sir.
And good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Could somebody tell me how much years now we celebrating Carnival in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? Do you all know?
Well, I say the Republic, so if you say it was celebrated before. If you say the Republic, we had it since 1962.
Well, from 1962, the taxpayers of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago fund Carnival. It have times we spend up to $200 million in Carnival. Could somebody explain to me what returns the citizens of this country get from spending all this money behind Carnival? And if we should continue spending this money behind Carnival, Grenada Carnival now more established than us. Barbados Carnival now more established than us. And most of the CARICOM islands take the Carnival all over. We take our Carnival on the road, spend millions of dollars of our taxpayers' money, and we don't even make back the money. The ministry don't come back and say, well, all right, look, we spent $150 million. Look, we make back $50 million.
Well, caller, if taxpayers caller stay on the line. In my opinion, it isn't. You just talking about the expenditure side, right? That is government expenditure, but you're not talking about how much money.
That is not government expenditure. That is taxpayers expenditure.
Whatever.
Government has no money.
Just no, whatever. But you haven't. So you're saying the country don't make no money from Carnival? Of course, the country make money from Carnival.
No.
So what
what do we do with that money?
So
what do we do with that money?
Just no. So what about remittance from people who travel? What about people who come to the country? What about all the
feds? Just now, take their own money.
Allow me to answer your question. What about people, all the feds, the millions of dollars made in feds and taxes and all that? So the country make money too. You have an income side and expenditure side. So you're talking about the expenditure side only. So the country at the end of the day will make money in taxes. The taxpayers' money you're talking about will be the taxes that they make from it. From you spending money, you going down the road and you're like, how much money you spend for Carnival? Everybody who participate in Carnival, some might spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Taxes comes out of that at some point in time, VAT and everything. So the country make money from Carnival also.
But what do we benefit? What the citizens of this country benefit from it? We still do have an entertainment center, which by the artists and them got their own place to go and do the music and thing. They still have to look for taxpayer for public space for that. So So where is the money going for over 50 years? For over 50 years, for the past 50 years, we spent over $10 billion in Carnival in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
And we probably made 20.
And we're not seeing anything from it. We're not seeing the Ministry of Culture growing. We're not seeing artists growing. We're seeing artists on them private, keeping the private shows and all kind of thing, and them making money. The promoters and them making money.
So caller,
but look like we're spending $15 million in PAN, right? For this year, we're giving PAN $15 million. What PAN have to give back to taxpayers? Because that's not government money, that's taxpayers' money. What PAN have to give back from that $15 million they get in? Give back to the Ministry of Arm.
I just explain it though. The money they make from they earn from taxes, they go back into consolidated funds, and the country do whatever they have to do to take care of whatever with it. So yes, the country make money from it.
You as an elder, do you see any benefits or anything that we benefit from the over 50 years that the money we making from Carnival? You see any new buildings or anything come from the Ministry of Culture that we inherit from?
Well, sir, I could say the Bill hospitals, I could say the Bill Napa and Sapa, I could say all of that might have been from the funds, out of the funds that came out of Carnival, because as I say, the money doesn't go to anything specific, it goes into consolidated funds, and the government do what they have to do, if they have to take loans or whatever to do what they have to do.
You see that consolidated fund you're talking about? You see that consolidated fund you're talking about? Nobody could never, a citizen of this country, could never identify the consolidation fund. Remember the $22 million they take from the citizen of this country for property tax and go in the consolidation fund? Up to now, they can't find that consolidation fund, where that money is.
But Kola, how do you feel about these competitions in specific, which is the question before the program? How do you feel about the competitive side of it?
I think the competitions are them good.
Okay.
I think the competitions are them good. It will bring out the best. It will bring out the best in artists. They will perform the best with nice prizes and things. But we should have to contribute in that.
Well, you see, the prize money.
Take the money.
Come from the state.
Take the money that people paying to go to the shows. Take that money and pay your artists and them from that. Not taxpayers.
So how you know?
Because every one of them shows and them the taxpayers paying for that.
So the
only one is not the chutney. The chutney them raising their own money to do that.
Correct. Yeah, they have a group that does.
Calypso we had to pay. Calypso we had to taxpayers had to pay. Pan taxpayers had to pay. Stick fighting taxpayers had to pay. Limbo taxpayers had to pay, because our art form in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is Calypso, Steel Band, Chutney, and Limbo.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know where Stink and Dirty come from. I don't know where all the other thing come from.
So correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. So people just had to pay to go Panorama, right? Huh?
Yes.
And where the money just go?
Take that money and pay the pan side.
What is doing the money?
Well, I don't know what to do with the money for over 50 years.
Well, right, that's what you have to say. You don't know what to do with it, but also the government spending XYZ amount of millions every year, because Carnival do...
The government is taxpayers, not the government is taxpayers spending the money.
We're going for a break. Join us after the break.
They're taking money with...
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Boy, I got in an accident a while ago. I was in traffic and my car get bounced from behind.
Well, then they're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the insurance company go fix it up.
Fix up? Huh? I make my claim the next day. And up to now, I can't hear from the insurance company. I need my car fixed.
Look, you better go to the Financial Services Ombudsman. I'm sure they can help.
Yeah, I'm going to check them now.
To resolve a complaint with your insurance company, bank, or non-bank financial institution, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah. for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and
Vibes with Voicey X.
I can't behave myself. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't behave myself.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Voicey X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voice's life and career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall Entrance City Mall, 5th Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue, 519 Restaurant C3 Center, Woodford Cafe Chagonis, Fairways Tobago, and online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Voicey X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park Savannah.
It's in we
option for a chance to break away with bigger playway prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the playway breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the playway breakaway. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
The tradition, the detail, the dedication. This carnival, the Masters of Mass take center stage at the Senior Conventional Individuals Competition, where artistry meets imagination and every costume is handcrafted to perfection, telling powerful stories through color, texture, and movement. Join us at Victoria Square, Port of Spain on Thursday, 12 February from 7 p.m. Experience the magic of conventional mass. Bring the family and witness the spectacle. It's free to all. For more information, follow ttcarnival365.com on Instagram or call 622-1670. The Senior Conventional Individuals Competition, presented by the NCC, supported by Mackeson, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines. The Canbulay riots of 1881 changed the future of mass forever. Freed from the chains, our spirits soared high. Now experience the roots of our culture, where rhythm meets resistance, where drama meets history, where song tells the story of a people. Join us for the reenactment of the Canbulay riots. Friday, 13 December from 4 a.m. at Piccadilly Greens, Port of Spain. Canbulay, a powerful tribute to the heritage of Carnival. Free to all. For more information, find us on Instagram at ttcarnival365.com or call us at 622-1670. This event is proudly presented by the NCC, supported by Mackeson, Dasani, Forest Park, Coca-Cola, Kaleidoscope, and Caribbean Airlines.
Boy, I ain't brass playing in my head whole morning, you know.
That is not brass, that is hunger.
Nah, that is brass bacchanal calling all you. Brass bacchanal? Wait, that is the ones where all them bands and them just show off with their music?
Show off is a showdown of sound.
This Carnival Monday night, get ready for Brass Bacchanal 2026. 9 of the baddest brass bands go head to head, competing for $100,000. Monday, February 16th, Queen's Park, Savannah. Showtime, 9 p.m. sharp. Tickets are only $150. Available at Java Nation stores nationwide, the NCC box office, and online at islandetickets.com. Bring your crew, bring your coolers, and feel the power of live brass like never before. Get ready. Brass Bacchanal Carnival Monday night. Presented by the National Carnival Commission.
There's some advice when you hear it, you know one time is good advice. My granny tell me a hot cup of good and natural ginger tea first thing in the morning does wonders for the body. Good and natural ginger tea in its single-sized packets is excellent for flavoring your cooking, salads and desserts. But what was news for me is when my granny say a hot cup of good and natural ginger tea helps with nasal congestion and colds, stomach problems, migraine headaches, and it's really good for arthritis in the body. Made from freshly crushed ginger root to get that strong ginger taste and a aroma so soothing. Good and natural ginger tea available with or without sugar. So all you need is boiling water to get a cup going. As the old people say, don't take flambeau to see the night what you could see clear in the day. Good and natural ginger tea. Good advice to start your day right.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
The Lion brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake, roti and double stew, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion brand is the reason. When the Lion brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion brand.
What are you doing?
Carnival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein, we need KFC again and again. Start to crunch, start to crunch, start to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look they touch down now. KFC time to wave and just bite down now because it's Carnival.
What are you doing? Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC Carnival when you bite it. Flavor, thicker, like rocket. It's a Carnival with the baddest booking. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. The steam finger licking. It's a Carnival. The KFC chicken joy carnival and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Carnival at KFC.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for words, wit, and raw lyrical fire. It's Kaisorama 2026, the ultimate extempo and freestyle competition where only the sharpest minds survive. On Monday, February 2nd, the battle begins at Radisson Hotel with the preliminary round at 7 p.m. Watch the nation's best extempo giants go head-to-head, thinking fast, rhyming faster. Then it all comes down to the grand final on Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at Napa. One crown, one champion. Pure lyrical mastery. Think you have what it takes? Registration is now open until Friday, January 30th at all Tuco offices. Tickets preliminary $150, grand final $250. Don't miss the clash of culture, creativity, and calypso brilliance. Kaisorama 2026, where lyrics rule and legends are born.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Boy, I ain't brass playing in my head whole morning, you know.
That is not brass, that is hunger.
Nah. That is brass bacchanal calling all you. Brass bacchanal? Wait, that's the ones where all them bands and them just show off with their music?
Show off is a showdown of sound.
This Carnival Monday night, get ready for Brass Bacchanal 2026. 9 of the baddest brass bands go head-to-head, competing for $100,000. Monday, February 16th, Queen's Park, Savannah. Showtime, 9 p.m. sharp. Tickets are only $150. Available at Java Nation stores nationwide, the NCC box office, and online at islandetickets.com. Bring your crew, bring your coolers, and feel the power of live brass like never before. Get ready. Brass Bacchanal Carnival Monday night. Presented by the National Carnival Commission.
The Lion brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake, roti and double stew, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion brand is the reason. When the Lion brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion brand.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and woman and woman and rum and woman and woman and rum and woman and woman and woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I can't behave myself. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't behave myself.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Boise X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voice's life and career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall Entrance City Mall, 5th Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue, 519 Restaurant C3 Center, Woodford Cafe Chagonis, Fairways Tobago, and online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Boise X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park Savannah.
It's in Weave.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Boy, I got in an accident a while ago. I was in traffic and my car get bounced from behind.
Well, then they're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the insurance company go fix it up.
Fix up? Huh. I make my claim the next day. And up to now, I can't hear from the insurance company. I need my car fixed.
Look, you better go to the Financial Services Ombudsman. I'm sure they can help.
Yeah, I'm going to check them now.
To resolve a complaint with your insurance company, bank, or non-bank financial institution, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and woman and woman and rum and woman and woman and rum and woman and woman and woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I can't behave myself. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't behave myself.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Boise X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voice's life and career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall Entrance City Mall, 5th Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue, 519 Restaurant C3 Center, Woodford Cafe Chagonis, Fairways Tobago, and online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Boise X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park Savannah.
It's in Weave.
Share the live.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
In conjunction to what we were talking about earlier, head of the interreligious organization, Dr. Ellis Boris, and the children's mass band pioneer, Rosalind Gabriel, yesterday voiced strong disagreement with the inclusion of the adult pleasure device in Tribe's costume package and cited the possible erosion of moral values among younger masqueraders. Boris, in an interview, said, "We are not supporting that." I want you to underline that "we," like when we in primary school. Underline that "we" in the sentence. Because I want to know who that "we" is. Right? And he questioned, the need for such an item in a carnival package. He said that the action was bad moral values and was not a good idea. Boris said that many young people play mass and Tribe's message could cause an erosion in the minds of young people. He said that someone did not need to go to university to learn that some things are not done, and tribes' decisions would impose street knowledge on some impressionable young minds. Burris warned against moral decline and said that he supported the Archbishop Jason Gordon's statement on the issue. Mass veteran Rosalind Gabriel, disappointed with tribe's actions, emphasizing that she spoke as a grandmother whose teenage granddaughters could be masqueraders. Gabriel said she has known and loved tribe band leader since he was a child. Gabriel said, however, that she totally disagreed with Atkins' decision, speaking as a mother and even a great-grandmother. Gabriel questioned the relevance of the inclusion of such toy and the message being sent to young people. She said wholeheartedly supported the Archbishop and continued to support Atkins, but could not support the decision. Director and Senior Lecturer of the Institute for Gender and Development Studies at the IWE, Dr. Gabriel Hossein, said women's sexuality should be left alone. Hossein called for a hands-off approach when it comes to women's sexuality, noting that mass bands have for years included condoms in their packages based on a variety of assumptions. She questioned that the furor over the inclusion of the adult pleasure toy and questioned society's attempt to control female sexuality.
So she was actually supporting it?
Yes.
Right? But my position is that first, young impressionable minds and the older ones are not the ones that are using it. The young impressionable minds is the same minds they're talking about. Everybody knows that. A friend of mine tell me that, I mean, that was a discussion among children 13 years in school, girls 13 years in school, bros and that kind of thing.
So are we playing peekaboo then?
So we playing, I don't know if we understand what's going on. We understand the extent of the degradation that has taken place in society.
And that's why I was saying to you in the beginning, are we real? Do we pinch ourselves?
Yeah. We understand. Them still living in a world that the 60s, they didn't understand what's going on in society. Right? It gone already, the horse bolt already. Right? So the thing is, but I agree with them to the extent that I don't think that should have been the place of Hamas, man, to even introduce that. If the young impressionable mind thing, nah, they have no young impressionable minds again, right? With social media.
You saw any on Saturday?
Yeah, no, I saw none, right? With social media and the
17,000 strong.
Yeah, the social media and the advent, everything. It no young.
You ain't see nobody clapping or dressing a long skirt. You see any long skirt?
I didn't see that. I see T-string. And netted
and pasties and them things.
And some of them even more eat upon pasties.
Yeah, they ain't bother with that.
They ain't bothering with that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, so the young impressionable mind thing we talking about, that a long time thing. Right? It don't really have that again. Right? With social media and everything, that stable bolted. That was bolt for me stable already. But I agree with them on a principle, on the principle that should not have been. I would not have done that if I was the mass band. There's so many other things you can do. Oh gosh, give me a break now, man. You put in the condom, okay, we understand that was based on an assumption, and yes, there may be some people who may need it.
They use the same assumption for the rose.
What was the assumption for the rose? Tell me, what was the assumption that you would what? What you do with a rose for carnival? Plain mass. What's the assumption? Tell me, what is the assumption? How does it make sense?
So the assumption for condoms suggests that you'll be engaging in sexual activity.
Right. The assumption for condoms or suggests that there may be you might need a port for a hole, or you might need to do something, and if you need to do something, we have this in case you want. In case of fire and emergency break glass, right. Use this key. That's a different thing.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. This assumption is along the same line. You who have the condom have particular options. Mm-hmm. That's why we're giving you a condom. Mm-hmm. So this complimentary item is for those who don't have options. who do not have options but are in the same position of desire. As a matter of fact.
So when you going to use that? When you go home?
Same time you're going to use the condom.
No, oh gosh, so wait. That doesn't make more sense.
Well, tell me. It's the same thing. The same condom which they give you.
So you're saying, let me work this thing. Let me walk this thing. Try maybe the public could help us. You're saying that if I have a rose, I get a rose and I move my rose in my pouch, in my mask bag, I start to feel heated. I will find somewhere and just go and use that rose.
Exactly. Because you're finding somewhere and use the condom. Exactly. You see how some people just find it, and we have these videos all over social media.
So you just find a double palm and go and use a rose.
Yes.
That making sense?
Well, you don't need a double palm for a rose.
You find where you can't go and...
You need a... Same way you use the condom. You don't need a double palm for the condom. People find in car, trunk.
But listen, that's a real stretch.
It is not a stretch. As a matter of fact, it's easier. Remember, this does not involve another person, you know.
Listen, let me hear what the callers have to say about this.
But what are you asking the callers?
Well, I mean, does this make... What will be the utility of that rose during Carnival Monday and Tuesday celebrations? Is it that you're expecting that the masquerader to walk with the rose in the pouch to be able to use it? What will give them that sudden urge to want to use a rose? When it has so much, you know...
So much of what? Liquor?
Eh?
So much of what?
I don't know.
Good afternoon.
Can't be so much meal. Because I would condom for male, female. But if I don't require a partner,
exactly,
I use the washroom as normal, and I'm going to do it in the washroom with the condom anyway.
Anyway.
So I go to the washroom and do it with my rose.
It had to be that we seen trying to because a very sick place, boy.
No. I'm not saying what the gentleman did by giving it out is right.
No. I agree
right, but the idea is this is a everyday. This item is an everyday item for some female.
Correct.
You could walk in it. You could walk in the store and purchase one of that. What's the problem?
Yeah.
You could walk in the store and this is not something strange that drop from Mars and just
correct. You could walk in the store and purchase.
You could ask,
exactly.
Listen, can I use your washroom, please?
Yes.
For 5 minutes. And
no, but in those type of bands, there are special rooms with air condition because you spend $7,000 for this costume. You know. There are rooms for you to go and cool down and cool off, and if your hair get too bad to relax for 10 minutes, we don't know what can happen there.
Correct.
The gentleman must realize over the years that there's a service required. And he choose to provide the service.
And there are not enough rams.
Exactly.
Wrong.
Simple as that, enjoy your evening.
We have some ram with a question mark.
Oh, God.
That's true.
Oh, boy.
That's true. And I'm taking the other side purposefully today because it's easy to see one side. Moral and spiritual values, we all claim. Them same people, glad for the little thing in the bag. Remember, this has nothing to do with Christianity and spirituality, you know. This is about gender and sexual needs. Least we figure it is a pious thing. You know, these pious people just disappoint us. Because when you look with your little spy glasses, good, this is something very, and there are serious undertones in that. And I tell you, we were talking this earlier informally, and I said to you that the biggest non-communicable disease in Trinidad and Tobago, look, the statistics there, is prostate cancer. Leading among men in the world as well is prostate cancer. I thought it was a heart attack, especially for men of African descent. So somebody has seen something, maybe we could say, and say, well, boy, it have a gap here, you know. Obviously, it has some people who pushing for the use of the condoms. So you get them a half box, them happy, them going to have a time. But it have some people who don't want that. maybe because of past relationships, hurt. They didn't want no bacchanal or no interaction with a man in per se. And that has to be something I do not agree that this gets in. They want to tell us the real story, how it came about. But you could observe that over a period of time. And according to Dean Atkin, push the envelope. You push the envelope. Yes, I push the envelope. I agree with you. It is not a matter of overexposure. We are putting our heads in the sand with that. You're not overexposing nobody. You're actually late.
Yeah, you're late in the game if you think.
Yeah. These young people
don't expose long time.
Very, very, very. And we're not talking about usage. We're talking about expose. Good? So it is not, we ain't fooling nobody with the argument. Good? The birds and the bees and the coconut trees and children come from where? Mars, in a rocket. And all you can't tell primary school children that.
It's like it's Paul King Douglas who made that joke. He said the little boy come home and the first day he come home and say, "Mommy, Daddy, how did you and Mommy came?" And he said, we came down to the stalk, right? And the next day the little boy write down something, and the next day he come and he said, "How come Auntie and Uncle came?" And he said, "Well, in those days, you had a rocket used to bring it down, and they came down with the rocket and that kind of thing. That's how they came." And the little boy write down something, and then the next day he asked, "So how did me and my sister came?" And he tell them, "Well, the birds and the bees."
Yeah.
And the night he went home and he went under the pillow, and the little boy went to sleep. And he pulled out a piece of paper, the little boy was writing, and the little boy write, "There have been no sexual intercourse in this family for 3 generations."
Oh my God.
So he telling himself, the little boy know what's going on.
That's what he thinks.
But
that's what we think. So it is one thing to take that type of view. And again, you're speaking as a religious leader. Be careful that your flock disappoint you. And that's not something easily to say, especially in the congregation of the righteous. You will not admit all those things. And it's not just this alone, sexual things. We have seen the history, and when I say church here, we talk about the church in plural. Of the church propensity to cover up things and be involved in very, very nefarious activities. Despite what you're saying as a priest. Despite what you're saying, and we, you talk about here. You do a survey.
And every day it is exposed in churches. Sometimes you don't know about it.
You don't know
about it.
Correct.
But it's in the churches, the secrets of the church.
Correct.
If you hear the secret of the church, this is a time, and I mean, I don't want to say this on the radio, but this is a time when plenty of them churches have all kind of camp and all kind of thing on beaches all over, trying to talk all about.
It is not the, you see, we, and everybody's entitled to opinion, but I am yet to see the Tribe Masqueraders Female Association come out to say, we are totally upset with this. I am yet to see.
Because everybody who get one, I'm sure will take it. They wouldn't trade back that year.
Correct. Because even if they don't use it, you know, this is a quiet gift. Hey, I have a friend Susie, she boyfriend leave she. I will get Susie it. Good?
That is not for your boyfriend.
Well, that's one group, right? Because Susie say she don't want no boyfriend for a while. She chilling out. Right? But women in their private spaces will find utility for it. Either for themselves or for one of their friends. It's interesting that the UE head of gender affairs saw it as a control mechanism. So what we're seeing is a discussion for society, and I think that's the question I want to ask the callers. Do you see this as a controlling women's gender rights? women's rights. Let me get the quote from the goodly professor. Women's sexuality. Yeah. It did not promote sexual violence, coercion, right? It doesn't undermine consent or create victims. Good? She says that she sees it as an attempt to control women's sexuality. Do we agree?
Well,
and I want us to look at it.
What is an attempt to control women's sexuality? The argument or the gift?
The argument.
Right. So
that this should not be a gift.
So I see that. I see it like that too, but not. I mean, not so overt.
Overt, yes.
Right?
All right, I accept that.
So, if you take the argument for what it is, as we have in the argument, saying what you're saying out loud, yes, is an attempt to control, because a woman have the right to say yes or no. And nobody is saying, we had, as you said, we haven't heard any any group of the masquerader or any female masqueraders association saying, no, we don't like that or we don't want that, right? But on the other hand, I see what the godly gentlemen are saying in relation to what message it sends to the wider world and the community at large.
But isn't that a hypocritical view?
Well,
are we not hedonistic?
Yeah, but listen.
Were you saying we shouldn't be that hedonistic? You putting a plug for it?
Again.
You trying to put a plug for it?
Again, we have.
We should be vulgar, but not that vulgar.
We have our religious background or haven't really evolved in the way you're thinking it should have evolved. So there are people who still thinking that, you know, in this time, and they will tell you the days of in the last days, and the Bible did say that in Revelation and that kind of thing. It talks about this, speak about this.
Children, it tells you all what's going on happen.
Exactly. So it's exactly what they're saying is happening.
It's happening.
But the thing is, the people who are not reading into all of that, seeing this as a natural revolution of or a natural evolution. Yes. Of life and man and human beings in society and sexuality and that kind of thing. So they wouldn't necessarily see what those people are seeing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah?
I agree with you. Callers on 342-081-466-5391. Carnival, no carnival. Let's be real. Are we moving? Are there hedonistic aspects of our culture and our life in Trinidad and Tobago? Let's look at crime. Let's look at everything. Let's look at type of crime. Is that a part of our reality? It doesn't mean we have to accept it. That's not the argument. But are we putting our heads in the sand when it comes to certain trends among our youth? Good. And our population demographic. You cannot speak about the values of those of us who have a certain age group. Some of us still hold there. We might have find ourselves there on Saturday, but we conduct would have be different. I'm sure.
Well,
what do you think?
On that darkness and on that people, them kind of thing, when you go wind back.
Right.
So
you might indulge.
I don't know who might say, well, what is?
I'm not of that.
You get class as different. I mean, personally, I didn't do that, but I went as a kind of chaperone. Right, my son, who is.
But other than being a chaperone, would that be a venue, event of choice for you?
Not necessarily. But the thing is, you know, my son is he's a medical doctor, and he's very young, and he's the first one like that he wanted. He always wanted to go that, and his friends were going also. So they were all medical doctors, and they wanted to go, and I went with them.
Right.
as a matter
Did
of
you
fact.
feel out of place?
No.
You fit right in?
How do you mean? I was in my short pants and my t-shirt, just like everybody else. And that a lot of people, they are probably much older than I am.
Fitting in as well.
Fitting in as well.
So are we putting our heads in the sand? Call us on 342-008-146-539. I hear, do we see morality in this issue? Right? We're taking a different slant to the topic, because we talked about this yesterday. So please understand the topic, the slant that we're taking. Are we moving, or are we a hedonistic society? The Archbishop suggests that we are heading there. Is he late on the draw? That is what I want to know. In your view, you've seen the parties, you've seen it. It's not everybody, so we're not saying everybody is. We're not making that type of generalization. But when it comes to the young people and the younger people and certain types of events, carnival or not, are we there yet? Call me 342-008-146-6591. That's 342-008-146-6591. When you look at the values of what you're seeing with young parents, parenting, children, you look at schools, what is happening? Are we there yet? Is it that we're heading there? Or if we don't stop, we will reach there? Or that is a thing of the past? Are our heads in the sand when it comes to where the plane reach? In our mind, we need the party or launch. In the young people mind, the plane take off long time.
them
almost reach the destination. They're nearly in China. Are we real? Are we au courant, as the French would say, with what is the pulse of the, you know? And it's not my pulse, eh?
So you see, the millennials,
yes,
they would see things very, 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 very different from the way, you know, the way.
Call us, you call us, eh? You interact with young people, you call us.
Two generations before the millennials, the millennials will be the baby boomers.
Yes.
Right. From the baby boomers. Because they would have born into things like cell phone and social media and all that kind of thing.
It sounds like you're pointing out how tech adoption becomes.
Right? So they would have born into things like cell phone and social media and things. So that's all they know. Right? And if you try to, you could only tell them about history a few years before, what you would have experienced. That's history for them. For those who would have grew up in very close-knit families and that kind of thing, things might be a little different because they would have had that experience, grew up with that kind of experience and that kind of history and that kind of antecedent taught to them in a certain kind of way, and they would have been enclaved in that kind of community. But even you're going to school, you're exposed to everything just like everybody else. So clearly, and then you have the after the baby boomers was the before the millennials was who those of the 70s and that kind of thing. They would have also had a transition, and that transition would have allowed them for them to experience both worlds in the same way.
Yeah.
So
call us on the Third Empire 342-008-146-6591. Are we on a different planet? Are we unreal? We have arrived at hedonism. The plane landed some years ago. So this nostalgia about a different Trinidad where, you know, I could have walked along the road in my mini skirt. Hello.
Yeah, mini skirt?
Yeah. Because you're reminiscing about the 70s. You're thinking it's 76. Oh, you know, I remember when you hear taglines like these, but is life and society going in that direction?
And that is not necessarily a bad thing, you know.
No, it's nice to dream.
No, it's not about dreaming. You have to keep society, have to be kept in check. I mean, I talk about the transition. So society still have to be kept in check because you know how to maintain that kind of moral fabric to keep crime and everything in a certain place. So yes, society still have to be kept in check.
Who does that?
But who?
Who's keeping it in check?
Well, the village, the community, the police.
But the village today has changed. The village is not like when you used to go and pick plum. So the people who we assume that will play these traditional roles and do this, it takes a village to raise a child. Where? In Kumana?
That village exists again.
No. You have all kind of family. When you're teaching family, think about it. When you're teaching the family in social studies, who is the members of this family? Now, you remember when you learned the family, right? How it was?
The nuclear family.
Aha!
The different kind of family structures.
Correct. But when you're teaching family today, who in the family? You might have to pay anybody in that family. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. Have you ever heard that thing? Cyber psychologist?
Yes. Go ahead.
Think about that. Simple thing. Imagine that. You have to have a psychologist to look at people who are looking at TikTok to see TikTok and these things are addictive.
Right.
So then, my morality 40 years ago when I was growing up,
yes,
and the morality now, two different.
Yes.
What I was exposed to 40 years ago, what I would have learned by the time I was 15, I'm trying to learn it at the age of 7 and 5. Because of access to information via that little device that you give them, either a tablet or a phone. There are some children now living right here. They spend so much time on that device that when you speak to them, they sound like they went away and come from for it.
Yes. Yes, caller, correct.
Hey.
So, the pastor might be right, you know. I would have a problem with what the man did because of my upbringing of morality. That was the furthest thing from my thought, even though it had existed then.
Yes.
It was assumed that that was only for a certain elite group of people. But not anymore.
Yeah.
Cell phone was for an elite group of people too at one time.
Yeah.
Look at that. Tom, Dick, and Harry hour.
Correct.
Jolly evening, gentlemen.
Good contribution. We appreciate it. And he's right. It's easy for me to say that. And I remember teaching a class years ago, first formers. And I asked my first formers, hey, how many of you all want to get married? Well, the laughter that burst out in that class.
What are good for?
And they in first form, and they're rolling on the ground. Say, sir, what we know with you?
well, it depends on the demographics. It depends on where the class is.
That is
It
true.
depends on all of that too.
It's situational.
So-
But the point is, the value system shared between myself and those who I instruct was totally different.
Again, depends on the demographics where I teach, because the value system changes by demographics and where you are and location and that kind of thing. So you ask that in a one of them school like on Lakshmi or Lakshmi Girls or SAGs or one of them school, and you got totally different answer.
But the statistics will reinforce the decline in marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
So the statistics support the fact that the arrow is going in the other direction.
Correct.
For whatever reason, that is the general trend
Correct.
of the business. So are we unreal? Give us a call on 342-008-1466-5391. Are we in an alternate reality? It's good to say we believe that, and when you ask yourself who that we is, count the people who talk about that we. How much people believe in that we? That you talk about, you this big professor me. We are not in favor of skimpy wear. Who's are we? You can't put it on. But your granddaughter, when you ask the little, and I disagree with you, sometimes it's not even a matter of social class, you know. Ask your little daughter, darling, which one you want to wear? Mommy, that one. And you want to know how, in heaven's name, did she choose that? You didn't raise her so.
No, but again, they exposed to social media. They've seen everything.
That has
they see
more
the same thing you
influence.
see, you know.
Correct.
But their minds are more impressionable. So,
correct.
So it's more difficult for they to discern the difference.
Yeah.
And they will go with the trend.
And they're not seeing it as a value issue.
No, it's not a value issue for them. It's
one looking better than the other.
Yeah.
One is looking better than the other in their view. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
To the gentlemen there, both of you and everyone else in this world. Well, I just tell people, I grew up in the classical time of Trinidad.
Right.
You know, those days were bands, Joey Lewis, Gemini Brass, Dutchy Brothers, Sel Duncan, and all those things. And those days had tailors. Tailors. Is never buying clothes from on the rack. I didn't know nothing about that. And it had love. Because if I'm working and my friends are not working and I would not be have to go to a party somewhere about I go to buy a pants like I buy two. I say, you understand? He have one, I have in pants me because we have to go to a dance somewhere about.
Right.
Every weekend is dance. Just and that. Okay.
I guess that the bell bottom bands.
Going forward, in those days had something they call rum punch. And when I tell people I never go to a rum punch, I never like it. They laugh at me. See, rum punch is that big thing with some people want me. I said, no, I never like rum punch because I feel when they say rum punch, I feel it's just going to the drink. So I avoid it. You understand? So, like I tell my children, I say, listen, I say, you all have all this modern technology. I've seen things that you all never seen. I pass through things that already. I've seen what you're seeing and doing now. I'm involved with this. I say, if I'm not careful, I will be seeing the future and all of the things each other. That's due to your behavior. You understand? And that is how it goes. You see, everybody feel that modern technology is great, and then it's very destructive. It's up to the user. You take it and you could educate yourself in it, and the same thing you could do on the flip side of educating yourself. Understand? Which everything could be education, even the pornography and all kind of thing. You know, probably you could learn something from that too. You could take the negative or the positive and that. Choose the side you want. That is how I see it.
Agreed.
You see? So, like I tell them, it's there to use how you do it.
Correct.
It has two sides to that. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller. So I missed a call just now, caller. You could call back. Yeah, the extent to which we feel that we are heading somewhere, and if we don't do this, we will reach there. I don't know that is true. Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, umpire Rolex and our senior umpire Madison. The match referee here.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But I just jumped in. I just came in and I just heard the latter part of the conversations there. But you see, what could we do? We go back to Dr. Abraham Maslow and his hierarchy of physiological needs.
Right.
It's one of the higher needs. Right? So, Carnival has, has moved away from the days of the can-can. In 1963, I was a 6-year-old boy with my grandmother playing in a tambour bamboo band and holding on to her skirt, and every woman in the band fully clothed in can-can dress and whatever it is. And the road, much of that year was the road make to walk, right? But for somehow, after the oil boom in the 70s, Carnival started to, descend into a skimpy kind of a scenario. As I said, I would have worked a number of years in the Savannah there, and I would have seen, the degeneration of these costumes. I remember I working on the stage on the western end, and a lady came across on a van, and the woman came straight to me drunk. When I mean drunk, I had to take that lady and carry her in one of those boots around the Savannah there, buy a coffee for her, and let her recover. And then walk her to somewhere in Jeremiah Avenue where she was living. Because I couldn't leave that lady in that state, because anything could have happened to that lady, if I had abandoned that lady after she came straight towards me, because I was an angel that day. So, so these are the kind of things people do for Carnival Day. Some people cannot drink. They follow in friends, and had nice friends leaving you, all kind of abandon you in the Carnival band, and it's all kind of things, all these things happen. But it's what to do. I don't know how the band leaders will have to come to some kind of position that they try to upgrade the costumes, right? But according to this generation, I don't know how they'll do this with this generation. No matter what, I saw a picture in the Guardian with it stink and dirty. I say, I see a man, but a man, I am not Harry Barnes like my last caller. I'm not Harry Barnes, but I'm predicting that man maybe would have been about in the early 60s, like gray beard, and he remind me of the Sermon of the Monk. He in the middle of a whole crowd around him, and he just like he lost. If I watch the Guardian, you will tell that a man with a gray beard. So watch it in the front page. So I said, I hope never will go with some artists. No.
He probably was way older than I was.
Huh?
Probably was way older than I was.
Mr. Madison say he fit right in. I want to know how he fit in. He say he fit in.
Well, I see that man, but the man fit in, but how? He just stand up and everybody whining around me, and he like he doing a Sermon of the Monk there. And the man was straight at you. So I say, if I get to the day, I was about to share that to you.
No, I whine low too.
Yeah, well, but watching the man, you could see the man feeling, saying as if he was going to see me. I don't know what I find myself in.
You see how many people lying down on the ground after that fed, boy?
Yes, I saw.
Water, everything,
yeah. I think I saw somebody naked and all. Man. Yeah.
People lie down sleeping normal way.
Yeah, on the road there. Yeah.
That's different.
I don't know. But I want to say something. You see, I believe based on we do population studies and things here. But right. We have to understand every year the market getting greater for sex and things. Remember, we have a greater population now with all the people from all the migrants, and we're not catering for these people in our planning, right? Right. Then we have all these vehicles on the road. So the combination a population explosion and vehicle explosion. So and all the road.
We bring in plenty vehicles, but we ain't moving them all at the same speed.
There is it. And all the roads, I mentioned it yesterday, if you go to Borough Point, Borough is the same thing. You go on the North Coast, Easter weekend is the same thing. Right? You go, well, Point change up a little bit since the highway. Right? So, all these places where they have major activities, they normally end up in a traffic jam. Right? Because we're not doing population studies and things. Nobody could say, let me say it different. I don't know who could say what the exact population of Sri Lanka because I'm speaking now. How much years ago I ended 1.3 million? Right? And nobody, I don't know if we don't have much traffic traffic people travel, people who do traffic studies and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Right. But we have to look at all these things, right? Because I show there was a high percentage of migrants in that party. Because remember the migrants getting what they call acculturated in Trinidad, no way. So
Right.
they wouldn't stay aside and say, all right, well, I am a Trinidad, I'm not taking part. Now, them taking part in everything in Trinidad.
Correct.
And it's young people, right? It's also like young migrants. We have people are next thing. It's like young, that way the children, the population, but these young people making children, these young migrants, right? So we have an increase in the population. So we have to plan for all these kind of things, right? Road infrastructure, housing infrastructure, health infrastructure. We have to do all education.
Well, one good thing I heard the minister in charge of that said that a survey a census is coming, and this will debunk all the nonsense we talk all the time about data and that kind of thing. A census is coming, and when that comes, they will now have up-to-date information as to demographics and communities and that kind of thing.
Yeah, we need to, because the place has been transformed with the influx of migrants from all over the world. Trinidad is not the Trinidad in the days of the Can-Can bands, people parodying bands in Can-Can. We have to understand all these things, right? And some of these people, they wear different to our wear in terms of, you go to Arima, for example, you see a migrant in very, very short pants and in broad daylight, yeah? And drinking as everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah? So that is how it is. So as a son, I watched that picture once, twice. I say I never see you in the flesh, but I say, well, I have to tell you, I must mention that to you. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Unless I don't know, wig or something.
No. But I say, I saw Mr. Matterson and have beard because watching once or twice I saw you on YouTube there. And I said, Mr. Matterson, do have a beard. But the man, character there, watch the Guardian. There's a picture I saw from the Guardian, And you see the man, what they call long time a straight jacket. I mean, he's flying up to the national anthem.
He probably was in shock.
Right? And I almost read the man and said, what are an old man doing in this thing, boy? I find myself.
He probably was in shock.
Yeah. But that is how it is. So until tomorrow, please God.
All right, thank you, caller.
Yeah. Thank you, caller.
Well, with a minute and 30 seconds, Mr. Senior Matterson.
As usual, we are coming to the end of the show. This week, like all other weeks, we are looking at the topical issues that are in the know, in the radio, on the news, and we will continue bringing them to you. So you could continue engaging us as usual. This is what the show is about. The show is about the umpires analyzing the news, bringing it to you critically, and giving you food for thought, so that you could sit down and analyze it too, and look at what we look at on both sides of the fence, and then you make your call, or you listen to the umpire's call and you say, well, that's a good call or that's a bad call. But we have no problem with you engaging us and
correct,
that kind of thing.
So be safe out there wherever you go tonight.
What happened tonight?
I don't know if it's. I think Kess has something tonight.
Yeah, Kess is tonight, because last night was Marshall.
Just be safe and slow it down. It's only a fete. You're not too late. Don't look the speed.
And we still have about 5 days to go, so don't try to overdo it.
Don't overdo.
6 days, yeah. 6 days are partying still.
Pace yourself.
Pace yourself.
And answer when your boss calling you.
And you'll survive.
When the boss calling, answer. Until tomorrow.
Yeah.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
You want
want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus. This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
What are you doing?
Crunch Nival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein, we need KFC again and again. Time to crunch, time to crunch, time to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look the touchdown now. KFC, time to wave and just bite down now because it's Crunch Nival.
What are you doing? Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, take off, like rocket. It's a Crunch Nival with the baddest booking. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. The steam finger licking. It's a Crunch Nival with KFC. Chicken, joy, carnival, and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Crunch Nival at KFC.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I can't be innocent. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't be innocent.
This year, we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth.